Welcome back to the Team to Be Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. The Miami Heat last night lost to the shorthanded Cleveland Cavaliers 130 to 116 at home in a pretty embarrassing loss. The most embarrassing loss of the season. Yes, the Miami Heat were shorthanded themselves. Bam Adebayo has missed his third straight game. Tyler Hero has not played a single game this season. Yet they were still able to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers Monday in a thrilling overtime victory when the Cleveland Cavaliers had Evan Mobley, Darius Garland for the first quarter or so, and Donovan Mitchell. And tonight, those guys were not available. Max Strus was not available. They were resting. And the Miami Heat blew a double-digit lead. And the Miami Heat had enough. I don't care what anybody says. We still had Jaime Jaquez Jr., who's having a breakout season. We have Norman Powell, who's playing at an all-star level, and we still had enough. Like, we should have beat the Cavs. They were playing G League guys, essentially, that they had to call up that weren't getting any opportunity this season so far. And so, tough loss for the Miami Heat, and there's a few reasons why they lost this game, which we'll walk through. But the Miami Heat had an early lead, but then they collapsed, and they collapsed in the fourth quarter in historic fashion. They scored only 19 points in that fourth quarter, and they allowed the Cleveland Cavaliers to score 37 points in that fourth quarter. Jarrett Allen led the way, he's a good player, but it's embarrassing that we allowed him to score 30 points. He had 10 rebounds. He was the engine for the team, and their defense played great, especially in that fourth quarter. And the Miami Heat were up by 12 in the first half, and the Cavs came roaring back by getting to the free throw line, getting more rebounds, playing good defense. And then in the third quarter, the Miami Heat were up by 14 with 4 minutes to go. And that's where they started to let go of the rope and had a fourth quarter meltdown and ended up losing by, 24 points. So like 40-point swing basically with 4 minutes left in the third quarter and on, which was a huge, huge swing. And turnovers were a killer for the Miami Heat. The Cleveland Cavaliers scored 29 points on the Miami Heat's 21 turnovers. So turnovers are the biggest reason why. Free throws as well. The Miami Heat were fouling a ton. They got 31 free throws compared to the Miami Heat's 13. The Miami Heat were out rebounded once again. This is like their biggest Achilles heel, in my opinion. It wasn't like egregious, but if we look at the rebounding battle, it was 49 to 44. So they didn't lose the rebounding battle by a lot, but they only had 9 offensive rebounds compared to the Cleveland Cavaliers 15. They keep out rebounding us. Teams keep getting second chance opportunities. They had 10 more shots than us, and they lost because of the turnovers and the rebounding and the free throws, because we shot 48% from the field. They shot 43. They shot 30% from three. We shot 41. We shot 85% from the free throw line. They shot 84, but they had 31 free throws to our 13. That just shows right there, turnovers literally killed us. Free throws literally killed us. We were just not taking care of the ball early in the first half. We had so many backdoor passes that were intercepted in that first half, and I don't know why we were forcing that. Like, Davion was forcing it. Jaime was forcing it. Drew was forcing it. There was like 5 or 6 turnovers only on backdoor opportunities where a player was trying to cut to the basket and we threw it in traffic and the ball was simply intercepted. So that was not good as well. Norman Powell was careless with the ball at times. Niko Jovic continues to turn over the ball at a high rate and also just played horribly as well. He's completely inconsistent, and my expectations for him are he's just a role player at this point right now. Like, why do I have expectations that he's going to be a great role player like a Jaime, who right now is still a role player, but he's an elite role player coming off our bench? Jaime is elite. He's having a great year. He had an off game. That's natural because he still is a role player. So he missed some easy shots, and we'll talk about the adjustments that the Cavs made which made it more difficult for Jaime tonight. But simply, he just had one bad game. Nico consistently is inconsistent and had another bad game, 1 for 6 from the field, only 2 points, just not good enough, especially when you're playing against lesser talent because he was playing against G League talent and the B team for the Cavs. Like you saw that this was a trap game. I mentioned this online. This is completely a trap game. It's human nature when a team is shorthanded, not playing their stars, then you kind of relax, even though they didn't seem to relax. But that just happens. And also, you see NBA players are very skilled. Davion Mitchell in the post-game interview said, hey, these are NBA players. Like, if you give them an opportunity, they're going to score if they're open. And the Miami Heat's defense wasn't great last night, honestly. They didn't put enough ball pressure. They weren't rotating well enough. They weren't rebounding again. And you saw that. And like guys like Craig Porter Jr. off the bench killed us. Some rookie named Proctor killed us. Like you see DeAndre Hunter step up in a role. Like he is a talented player. So I'm not upset that he scored 21 points. And I'm not upset that Jarrett Allen, I mean, I'm upset that he scored 30, but like it was expected that Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Hunter were going to lead the way from the starting unit because they're depleted. But guys like Craig Porter Jr., Porter, those guys are taking advantage of an opportunity. These are skillful guys. Everybody in the NBA has skills if you're in the rotation. Even if you're out of the rotation, just like human nature, they wanted an opportunity. They tried as hard as they humanly possibly could because they want to fight for a rotation spot. They want to fight for future contracts. Like this is tape that shows that they're capable players. So frustrating loss. Like again, the Miami Heat had injuries. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero out, but still the Cavs sat out a bunch of folks too. So their excuses, those go out the window because Cavs had the same exact excuse. The adjustment that they made though, which took Jaime out of the game, which was huge, was they planted a big man on him, daring him to shoot the three ball, which he did fall into that trap a few times. Let's look at Jaime's stats real quick. So Jaime, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 for 15 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. He was 3 for 3 from the line, but they adjusted by putting Thomas Bryant on him, Jarrett Allen on him. So they were taking away his ability to get into the paint over a smaller guard or someone of similar size and taking away his ability to shoot over the top or doing that kind of mid-range fadeaway by having the big on him and daring him to shoot the three. So very good adjustment by Kenny Atkinson. And you saw that Miami's offense didn't flow like it did the night before. The offense wasn't horrible. Again, they still scored 116 points. They shot 41% from three. They shot 48% from the field. Like it wasn't the offense. Norm Powell even said that in the post-game interview himself. It was basically not taking care of the ball and losing the offensive rebounding battle and fouling way too much. Some of those fouls were BS, but still they were fouling. They weren't complaining about the refs. So that was one issue. Defensive breakdowns and momentum loss. Cleveland's run in the second quarter also was big. The Miami Heat were up by 13 or 14 in that first half as well. And they went on a huge run as well to take momentum into half, going down only by 3 points. So they were just chipping away, getting steals, getting second chance opportunities, hitting big 3-pointers, and momentum shifted going into the half. And then the Miami Heat took that momentum back in that third quarter, going up by 14. But then again, with 4 minutes left, that shifted again, once again. And players like Jarrett Allen dominated in that third and fourth quarter, dominated inside. He had big time numbers. DeAndre Hunter had some big shots, had a bunch of assists. Craig Porter Jr. delivered off the bench with 19 points, 9 assists, and 4 blocks. That dude was playing his heart out. And players like Jaime, like struggled. Niko Jovic struggled. Norman Powell has been amazing. Without him, we would have been destroyed from the beginning of this game. He put up 27 points, but he couldn't carry the team. And defensively, he had some lapses. Andrew Wiggins was solid again, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. But he also had 5 turnovers, which led to easy scoring opportunities for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Miami Heat are now 7-5. This was a wake-up call. You can't waste opportunities like this in the NBA. If you want to be a team that is not in the play-in for the 4th straight year, if you want to be a team that tries to fight for the home court advantage for the top 4 seeds, you have to win games like this when top teams in the East, and that's what the Cavs are. They're going to be a top 3 or 4 team in the East, no matter what, as long as there's no huge injury like Donovan Mitchell or Mobley for the season. they're going to be a top 4 team. And if they're sitting out their top players and are injured as well, you have to win that game. You have to stack up as many wins as possible. The Heat were on a 3-game win streak. You need it to be at a 4-game win streak because we're playing the Knicks now back to back. I'm not sure if Jalen Brunson is going to be playing, but we are going to be playing on the road Friday against the Knicks. That's still a tough team if they have him or not. They have a ton of wings. They still have Carl Anthony Towns, and they have a good coach. They're going to be at home. They're going to be a top East team as well, especially if Jalen Brunson is healthy. So you needed to stack up those wins in case you lose one of these 2 games. We're playing them back to back as well. That's always tough to play a team back to back. We're playing them Friday at New York. Then on Monday, we're going to play back in Miami against the Knicks. So this will be 3 times that we've played them early on in the season, but tough loss. Like, you need to stay engaged. You need to stay active offensively and defensively, and you need to put away these types of teams. So the blame goes all the way around. It's on Spo. It's on the players. Like, you need to win this game. You can't lose this type of game. But anyway, that's all I have for this recap. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time.